Thank you. So now that with Likutei Moharan Torah Dalet, we are holding in Seif Vav. So after we explained why through Vidui Dvarim, by confessing that what a person does before the Talmid Chacham, a person is extricating his malchut from the goyim, and he's building and he's rectifying his own personal malchut and the general malchut of the kedusha. And now the Rebbe is going to explain how the Talmid Chacham has the koyach to elevate the malchus and to its root. Because we said through the Vidui Dvarim, from the Chacham, this is what happens. How can he do that? It's like a really neat trick, right? So how is it done? Like, wow. So now we're going to explain. Now I'm going to explain it to you, all right?
Explain.
And he says, and this Vidui Dvarim before Talmid Chacham, this constitutes the returning of the malchus to its root. Ki shorish malchus hu esh. The root of the malchus is fire, because the sphere of the malchus is being built through the gevurot. It's chasadim and gevurot. It's built through the gevurot. The gevurot is the limiting power. That's the thing that limits. So the malchut is ultimately the receptacle. Its essence is constriction and gvurot, which is the essence of Prinas Esh. This is what the Prabhupada was explaining. כמו שאמרו חז"ל, in Sanhedrin, כפר למה טען לבת? Levat is Sheva ben Bichri that he said he mutinied against David HaMelech. He saw that fire comes out of the place of the circumcision, and he saw within it. He interpreted it as a sign that he is going to be king. But the truth is that it wasn't him who was supposed to be the king, but his son, Yeravam. He is supposed to be the king. That he would be. So you see that with this, the Torah hints and alludes to the fact that the root of the malchus is fire. That's why the siman for malchus, the harbinger, the thing that says, hey, there's going to be malchus, is fire. It comes in form of fire, because the fire is the root of the malchus. The Torah is called fire. And from Shemishama Malchus, from the Torah, the Malchus comes. The Malchus comes from the Torah. Now, the shorish of the Malchus is fire. In other words, the shorish of the Malchus is the Torah, which is fire. Malchus comes from fire. The Torah is fire. The Malchus comes from Torah. Okay? We got it. The triangle. It's set. Okay. Now, the proof the Torah is called fire, כמו שכתוב, הלא כל דברי כאש. My speech is like fire. Now, and the proof that the Malchus comes from the Torah comes from a different pasuk. Ksiv bi mlachim yimlochu. With me, kings will rule.
Ksivim what?
Bi mlachim yimlochu.
Be is the Torah.
Be in me, yeah. The Torah says the kings, they rule with the koyach of Torah. They teach them, laws and mishpatim and everything.
That's the Torah saying that? Be?
Yeah.
Where is that?
Mishnah.
This is Mishnah.
I should know.
Ve'ikir Torah Talmidei Chachamim. Now, the essence of the Torah in this world are not the books, not even the Torah scrolls. The essence of the Torah is Talmidei Chachamim, when it's alive.
Is that what it says? Like, who rules over me?
Yeah. Bim lachem imlochu means that now, the Torah itself is the Shoresh HaMalchus, that's the software. Talmidei Chachamim is the computer. The software in the computer is alive. The software without the computer is the Sefer Torah in the Oren Kodesh. So it's on Kedusha, v'chula, but when is it actually applied? When is it actually alive? What is the Ikar Bechina? Is Talmidei Chachamim. That's the main Torah. Ve'ikar Torah Talmidei Chachamim. These are Talmidei Chachamim. כמו שאמרו חז"ל, כמה טיפשו דקה מקבל ספר תורה. How stupid are people that stand, טיפשו, that's what it says. Stupid, the capital stu. You know, that they stand before Sefer Torah. ולא קיימה מקבל ציוון דרבנן. How stupid are people that they get up before Sefer Torah and they don't stand up before Talmid Chacham. Why? Because the Talmidei Chachamim, they have koyach to explain the Torah and to expound upon it and to make rules. Thank you so very much. And to make rules that the Torah will, shall exist. That's why they are the Ikar the Torah. The Chachamim is Torah live. This is what it is. What is this? The Garden of Knowledge. Oh, this is a new one?
It's in English, yeah, it just came out.
Well,
Share with our audience.
Garden of Knowledge.
Explained all of Parashat Bereshit. It's very good. I like
All right. So I like him.
it.
I mean, the Talmid Chacham. So the Chachamim have koyach to explain the Torah and to make decrees. So the Rikim Torah. So see everything. They are the main Torah. And since the root of the Malchus is fire, and Talmid Chacham is called fire because he's the essence of the Torah. He's the main manifestation of Torah. Torah is fire, so Talmid Chacham is fire. So you see that through Vidui Dvorim, through
Spoken confession.
a spoken confession before Talmid Chacham, the Talmid Chacham has a koyach to elevate the Malchus to its source because he represents the Torah. He represents the source of the Malchus. So when you bring the Malchus to him, he has koyach because he is fire, and through this,
Your confession is a malchut?
yes, דבר אחד לדור, דברים, קחו מכם דברים, ושוב אל השם. You bring the דברים, this is the Malchus Peh.
Malchut Peh, right.
Malchut Peh, you bring the Malchut Peh, you bring it to Talmidei Chacham.
Absolutely.
He represents
The Malchut.
Torah, he represents the root
Fire.
of Torah. Fire, which is the root of the Torah, the shorish of the Torah, the sprinkle of the Torah. So Mimela, what you're doing is you're returning the Dvar, which is the Malchus, to its very root, to the smelting pot, to the thing that initially, how do you take a broken iron pot? Okay, it got broken. So there's a hole in it, whatever it is. How can you make it? When you take it to the source, to the melting pot, you melt it down and you make a new pot, right? This is which means you take it to the church. Where does it come from? It came from fire, right? This is where it was. So you bring it back to the fire, then you can get tikun, and you have a new pot. Now it's so the same thing. You take the dvarim, which is the broken down malchus, and with all the balagan that goes on there, and you by confessing before Talmid Chacham, you take the dvarim, the malchus, and you bring it to it because he's the fire. He's the melting pot. He's a Talmid Chacham. He is Torah. He is the Mekam. So you bring it to them, and this gets elevated. What happens is that the midah of judgment and the gvura, that went down and manifested in the Malchus, and the Chitzoniim had Yanika from it. They were feeding off it. And it started serving as a power of bad and caused suffering and anguish in tsar. It becomes fire. It gets taken back to its root, to the fire. It gets melted, שזה בחינת הגבורס הקדוshas והמנותקות. This is the level
גבורס
where
הקדוshas?
the holy gvuros, which is the raw material of the malchus, becomes sweetened.
איך זה אמר בעברית? How was that just what you read?
When the malchus is...
Yeah, I know English. כמה, איך זה היה? Did you just read?
גבורות הקדושות הממותקות. This one. Oh, so say, why don't you say so in the first place you said to me? What's wrong with you?
Hebrew is like... Oh man. You're a Sephardi translator.
You need Faradi translator. גבורות הקדושות הממותקות. Paciencia. When I was a kid, I told my sister, must have been 7 or 8. I told my sister, you know how the Arabs, they say Ain after everything? You know, every single second letter is Ain. So, you know, when they're surprised, they say, eh. So the Arab, they say, Ain. You know, one Ain after the Aleph, and then one Ain after the Hey. So, it's Ain. All right. Don't make me laugh. All right. So, we're handling the malchus. The malchus is the end result, okay? So we have with the shorish of the malchus, the raw material of the malchus is gvuros. Gvuros. The ability to make boundaries and to constrict. This is the gvuros. The shorish of the gvuros is esh. All right? You took the raw material, it built a malchus, it came to you, lo and behold, don't ask what happened. All right? There was an Isser, I thought they were just kidding, I wasn't so sure about it, you know.
I didn't pay attention.
Yeah, I didn't pay attention, they never made me do it, you know, I'm saying, okay, whatever it is. B'kitzur, I dropped it. All right?
Malchut's hanging out with the Akum right about now.
So the Malchut's hanging out with the Akum, and I took the tziruf of the Isser from the Torah, I scrambled it, and put it inside to the Klipot. It's balagan. Now the Goyim are ruling over us, and all the aspects of the Goyim is ruling over me, and it causes me surim and trouble, and don't ask. Comes the question, you know, it becomes a part of me, it becomes a part of who I am, part of my mitzvahs. How, you know, what's the tikkun for that? Well, the tikkun is you go, and you take this whole, you know, things imprinted in me, bring me Yisurim and everything, Malchus, in the Balagan. What I need to do is I need to take it back to the factory. The factory, they're going to melt it down, they're going to melt the tool down, and they're going to make a new, clean, everything. How do I take the Malchus from, you know, its state of being imprinted in me and being by the Goyim and everything, you know, personally, my Malchus and the world Malchus, you know, my part in the world Malchus. How do you do this? I go to a Talmid Chacham and I confess to him. The words of the confession are the same tziruf, you know, of these, you know, the Torah says not to do it, and I went ahead and Dagan did it. All right? So with this, you take out the bad combination, you break it down, and by bringing it to the source, truth is, even when you don't actually bring it to Talmid Chacham, you immediately feel better. Because it's already shakes the bed tziruf.
What?
It doesn't take it out of your being.
What, when you just go,
you just make a vidu. You just make a vidu with anybody. You know, just a psychiatrist or whatever it is. You just say it out. It already make you feel better. It already, you know, shakes.
Why is that?
What?
Why?
Because it takes the tziruf. It takes it, but it doesn't take it all the way out. It sweetens it a little bit. It takes the tziruf out because you went all the way in and you let it out. But when you let it out to a Talmid Chacham, who is fire,
He fixed
who is the melting pot itself, what happens is that by telling it to him, it brings the malchus, it breaks the malchus down to the raw material, which are the gvuros. And what happens is, by telling Talmid Chacham, who is B'chinas Torah, B'chinas Esh, it sweetens the gvuros. Instead of broken down, corrupt, viral, and venomous gvuros, you have gvuros which are sweetened, which are mesudadik, the way they were supposed to be in the beginning, to call the shots, what comes, this is called gvurot memutakot. This is the gvurot, but they're sweetened. They're in its proper place, they're in proportion, the way they're supposed to be.
Sounds like a jelly donut.
And this is the Torah that's called Esh. That's the thing that does it. So you can find out that when a person confesses his sins, his averes, he's building and he's rectifying the essence of the malchus, and then the Talmid Chacham has a koyach to elevate the malchus to its shirish. וזה מה שנאמר, כל דבר שיבוא באש תביאו באש. Everything that goes through fire, you bring through fire. Everything that an Isser was nivla, was, intermingled with
Even like
the kli, whatever.
Gala, right?
Yes, that anything that an Isser stuck to it through fire, you have to make a gala. You have to burn it, put it through fire to get it out. And this is alluded to in the pasuk, davar, called davar asher yavo ba'esh. Every davar that comes in fire, you bring in fire. Davar, the B'chinas Malchus, is the Malchus, as we said before. Asher yavo ba'esh, Rabbeinu says, shenimshech betoch hatuma, that was sucked into the tuma, betoch chamimus hayetzer, the heat of the yetzer, as it is said, like Rabbi Amram Chasida, when his yetzer hara, was seduced him, Rabbi Amram Chasida.
That's Nur Rabbi Amram when he was yelling.
Yeah. Then he put him in his son. He lived, he started screaming, Nur Rabbi Amram, there's fire in the house of Amram. What happened was there was he redeemed a Jewish captive, a woman, who was very, very beautiful, and he redeemed her, and he put her on the aliyah, on the second floor, and there was a big gigantic ladder, the steps, that went to the second aliyah, and he had it removed. So nobody went to go.
Men did remove it.
Yeah, so nobody should go. Nobody should go up to the second floor. Now she was so beautiful that she didn't even show her face. She just bent over the chute of the chimney from the second floor, and through the chimney, the first floor, the entire room became light.
Why?
This is a beauty we don't understand in today's day and age. In the time of David HaMelech, they said that his wife, Abigail, the wife of Naval Carmeli, she said that when she rode the donkey towards David HaMelech, and David HaMelech was riding, to kill Naval Carmeli because he was already Melech, because and he didn't want to give him the food. The Gemara says she lifted her skirt and she revealed her thigh, and it lighted the night for David HaMelech to go throughout the night. He had enough light to go throughout. So you're talking about beauty that we don't understand what the heck we're talking about. So she didn't look directly down. She looked through the chimney, and through the chute of the chimney, the entire room, filled with fire. And Rabbi Amram Chasida was 80 years old.
We would die.
He got so so agitated. No, he went and alone took the staircase and put him in the place, and he started going up. Yeah, he started going up. So he caught himself and said, "What am I going to do?" So he started screaming, "There's fire by Amram! There's fire by Amram! There's fire by Amram!" So all the Talmidim came. They saw their Rebbe going up. Guess who? Guess where? So they go like, whoa, man, this is really embarrassing. How could you do this? And how can you be so embarrassing? So Rabbi Chassidus said, it's better for me, to be in bizoyon in this world my entire life and not to be ashamed before HaKadosh Baruch Hu even for 1 minute. And the only way he could possibly, he thought he could not do it unless people come and save him. So I was screaming, there's fire in Amram, there's fire in the house of Amram. So what is fire? Fire is that the of the Yetzirah. So he says, Nura be'Amram, there's fire in the house of Amram. Everybody came to see. So and he saw it was Mebatel, when people there. So you see, the Chamimas HaYetzer, the heat of the temptation is called fire. So everything that comes in fire, Taviru Ba'esh, the Tikkun is through fire. And it's called fire. He elevates the Malchus to its shorish, which is fire. We'll continue.
Who's he?
The Talmid Chacham.